Hello, party guests, and happy holidays. This is typically how I start my day on Thanksgiving morning or whenever we're kind of doing a big holiday meal. So happy November. So I wanted to show you a couple of things that are kind of exclusive to the month of November. So some of our enameled cast iron is on sale. One of the pieces being our enameled cast iron skillet. If you're not familiar with our enameled cast iron, it is heavy. It's cast iron, but it has the enamel on the inside, so it cleans up really, really easy. Things don't stick. You don't have to season it or anything like that. But our lids have these little flavor bumps. So they call this a self-basting lid. If you're cooking chicken or whatever in here and you put the lid on, it's going to help the moisture drop back down into your food. It's going to kind of beat up on those little flavor bumps. So this skillet is on sale. The other piece that's on sale I don't have, my mom has it, is the 9x13 really big pan that you could roast a turkey in, you can make lasagna in. That one is on sale for $99. But Pampered Chef does have a beautiful red color available. So this Dutch oven also comes in the gray. Again, self-basting lids with the flavor bumps, but this red color is only available this holiday season for a limited time. So if you were trying to make a decision between these two, they're pretty similar. The Dutch oven, of course, is bigger. It's more like a stock pot if you wanted to make chilies and soups and things like that. And this is more of a, it's a smaller size. So the other piece that we have that I really love and what I'm actually going to use today is our 2-quart baker. So I like to think, let me see if I can angle you down a little bit better. The skillet is somewhere in between the Dutch oven and the baker, if the baker had a lid and was a bit taller. But the baker is what I'm going to use for my cheesy potatoes today, but I'm actually going to use the beautiful red enameled cast iron because I do have it. So this is $75, not terrible. The big pot costs $199. So I do suggest the best way to do it, if you're interested in that big piece, is to host a party. All right, so I'm gonna go gather up some ingredients and I'll be back. All right, you guys, so I have water boiling in my 5-liter, 5.5 quart something, signature nonstick stock pot. Now this is another one of Pampered Chef's lifetime pieces. And so as a Pampered Chef consultant, I do earn a lot of products for free. I do have the option to buy the current season's products for half off, but this was before my time. So I was still using, even a few months back, I was still using this big red pot that my mom got me when I went to college, even though most of the red paint had chipped off of the outside, and even though the inside was starting to have some of the weird nonstick stuff get into our food, so I had to throw it away. But this pot here is an investment piece. I will be honest about that. So I hemmed and hawed about it for a really, really long time, but I finally got one of my own. And it's kind of nice to think that when I'm a grandma, Gabby will come over with her little kids and we'll be pulling out the same pot for making our cheesy potatoes. So that is what this piece is. It does come with a lid. And if you want to get one for 60% off, that would be the best way, I think, to get one of these investment pieces. You can do that by hosting a party. My oven is now preheated to 375 degrees. I'm going to let these potatoes boil for 25 minutes, and I'm going to go get dressed. See you in a minute. Okay, I am back. So if you are watching this as part of a party and you want party points, comment thankful on this video. That is the code word today. But I'm going to show you the Flex Plus multi-prep tool system because it's on sale this month for $199. If you order by November 14, you can get it in time for your Thanksgiving prep. You have up until December 18 to get anything in time for Christmas. So the Flex Plus multi-prep tool is a 3-in-1. So it is a food processor. It is an immersion blender, and it is a hand mixer, and it is cordless. So you have one base that can pop into all 3 of these. Oh goodness. All right, can pop into all 3 of these. So you have 2 different beater sizes. So if you pop those in, then it's a hand mixer, and again, it's cordless. For the immersion blender, same idea. Snap those together. It does come with a cup. So when you're making soups and purees or whatever you want to do, all your mess is contained right there. You could also use it in a stock pot or wherever you wanted to use this. But what I'm going to show you today, because we are making my cheesy potatoes and I am going to shred some cheese with the food processor. So this is cordless, which means it comes with a battery. And you don't get just one, you get 2 batteries. So my other battery is charging up. on its battery charger that will turn green when that one is charged. So that way you always have one that you're using and one ready to go. Because depending on how much cooking, I think the battery lasts about a half an hour if you're using it continuously. And my potatoes are back there on the stove. I drained the water out. They are just cooling, so I figured while that happened, I would go ahead and shred the cheese. And I'm hoping to get 3 cups of cheese out of this. And of course, when you shred your own cheese, you get more shreds per block, so that should help me a bit. And then let's see, I've only used this a handful of times. It is new to me, but there is a safety on the back and the power button that you push at the same time to get that cranked up. I'm gonna get my cheese going there. There is a little pusher, but you wanna push gently or it's gonna stop the whole thing. Get this all the way up on power number 5. There we go. Get another one going. See if I can push that straight down with the other piece of cheese. Okay, cheese. Let's try her again. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, I think just a little user error as I had my cheese in there and it just wasn't going anywhere. So I'm going to start with a new piece here. Try to keep it more upright. So I've got about a full bin of cheese here. I'm going to see how much that is. Woo. So I have got my prep bowl here, which can measure up to 6 cups. And it looks like I've already got my 3 cups of cheese shredded. All right, I will be back in a few. All right, on to the fun part because everything is prepped and ready. So I have my potatoes that have cooled hanging out on one of our flexible cutting mats. These come in a pack of 3. I love to use them just to make sure I've got a clean spot on my counter before I lay anything down. But they do come in a smaller size. So I was using the smaller size when I was slicing my cheese before. And so I boiled these potatoes with the skins on. I like skins in my potatoes. My kids don't. So my compromise is kind of any skins that fall off when I'm chopping them, I will remove. So that guy, we won't be putting that guy in. But for the most part, I do like to leave the skins on my potato for some texture. So I'm going to get these all kind of chopped up, and I'm just throwing them in my Pampered Chef mixing bowl that I am a little bit worried might not be big enough for all of this. So the stainless steel mixing bowl set is on sale for $99 this month. And that is 2 mixing bowls, 2 different sizes, but the one is very large and they both have a lid. So I am eyeing that for myself. Again, that is one of the products that came out before I started with Pampered Chef. So I did not have the opportunity to get it, earn it for free or to buy it at a big discount. So I'm kind of hemming and hawing over here about whether I'm going to get that one for myself. So we will just have to see. But I'm just using one of our coated knives. So these come in a set or you can get it on its own. This one is the utility knife. These all come with a sleeve. So you can store them in your drawer without worrying about kids chopping, you know, their little fingers or anything. All right, this is getting to look like a lot of potatoes. And then, like I said, it's starting to look like my mixing bowl might not be quite big enough. But I'm going to use my mix and chop here to chop the potatoes up a little bit more, which again is helping a few of the skins remove themselves. So as I do that, I'm just kind of pulling them out. All right. And then this recipe calls for, I have not been doing the best job of letting you guys know all my ingredients. So I had just 6 potatoes, if you didn't count them yourself, that I boiled. I'm going to add 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And these little scrapers that Pampered Chef has do come in handy. And I do believe you can get one of the scrapers as a gift with purchase this month. So I've got that. The next thing I have is 1 cup of sour cream, and I have this in my mini Measure All cup, and I'm just going to plop that right in. So the Measure All cup does come in 2 sizes. Again, here's my handy dandy scraper. My favorite thing about it is you can use the one side for sticky ingredients, the other one is for liquids. It comes apart into 2 pieces, and you can pop it in the dishwasher, but it comes in a bigger size as well. So if I have a recipe where I need 1 cup of peanut butter, I can just slide this down to 1 cup, fill it with peanut butter, and then, sorry, this way. Anywho, plunge it into my recipe. They're a little stiff when they're new. I just got the bigger one. But then this other side is for liquid, so I could just use this to pour in 1 cup of chicken broth if I need that for a recipe. It's got a cute little pour spout. You can pour it right on in. All right, so I've got my cream of chicken soup. I have got my sour cream in here. Might try to mix this up a little bit before we get to adding the cheese. And I already feel like my bowl is overflowing. Yeah, I might be getting myself those stainless steel mixing bowls this season while they're on sale. All right, so I've got that. I'm going to add my 3 cups of cheese and hope that also fits in this bowl. Oh my goodness. So these blue mixing bowls, this comes in a bigger size too. This just happens to be the one that I earned for free, so that's what I typically use. But this is a big recipe. Okay, so we are also going to add salt and pepper to taste. And I'm using, this is my personal recipe. It's not a Pampered Chef recipe, so I will jot all these ingredients down. So I'm just gonna do a little salt, do a little pepper. The other ingredient is onion, and I live in a house with picky kids, and I actually want them to eat this. So I don't use big old chopped up onions. I use Pampered Chef's 3 onion rub. And mine's almost gone, so I'm gonna have to get another one. But I just throw in a teaspoon of that so that I get the onion flavor without there being chunks of onions that my kids are wanting to pick out. So I'm gonna get this all stirred up, and again, it's a Rachel recipe, so it's looking a bit big, and I'm not sure it's going to completely all fit in my enameled cast iron baker, but we're gonna give it a try. All right, come on out there. Maybe it is. Maybe we're gonna be all right. And now that I'm going back and thinking this looks a little bit different than what it usually looks like, because I usually only mix in 2 cups of cheese and put the rest of the cheese on top. So let me get some more cheese real quick. So my mistake is gonna actually give me the opportunity to show you one of our different devices for cheese. Pampered Chef sells a cheese knife, so if you wanted to slice cheese or slice it like for sandwich slices, it's got that slot too. I'm just being fancy. I wanted to pull it out and show it to you guys. But this here is our cheese grater. Put a block of cheese in there, and it has kind of a holder on it so my kids can use this without their fingers ever getting anywhere near the blades. It's got a pusher on it, I guess is what I should call it. And I am again using one of these flexible cutting mats so that my cheese is going right there and not on the counter. The other nice thing about this cheese grater is that it is multi-positional. So if I wanted to grate the cheese right over a dish, I could, but I typically will just do it here on the mat. Here, let me get this and see if I have enough cheese yet. I think I will be shredding up some more. Okay. What did I do? Okay. Okay, looks good to me. Because I already know that I have a cup more cheese than I intended mixed in on the inside. So This is going to go into the oven at 375 degrees for 45 minutes, and then I will show you all how it turned out. Okay, you guys, my potatoes are done, but before I show them to you, I just want to mention I've been a Pampered Chef consultant for almost 2 years, and even at the 2-year mark, it is really difficult to not feel like you have to be perfect online all the time. So I intentionally leave my struggles and my fails in my videos because I am just a regular person cooking for their family. And at that, I'm a physical therapist full-time cooking for my family. I don't have a lot of downtime and a lot of practice time, but dinner needs to get on the table, and this is just who I am. So I'm gonna grab for you guys my cheesy potatoes. And even if I struggled to shred my cheese, and even if I got nervous and forgot when I was supposed to put what in, my potatoes have turned out absolutely perfect. And they are beautiful in this red enameled cast iron baker. So if you're interested in getting one of those for yourself or any of our pricier items, again, I do suggest hosting a party. Hosts in November as well in December can get 60% off of any item of their choice. Hosts based on sales also earn half off items, and then they also earn just free money to spend. All right, you guys, I hope you're having a fabulous day. And if you didn't do it yet, send me the code word THANKFUL if you want 5 points for watching this video. Have a great day.